Hi everyone, here I am at Bondi Beach. You can see it in the background there. I'm not going to walk along the promenade holding the phone like this because I just feel like a bit of a fuckwit when I do that. Just had a workout. In today's video we're going to do a bit of an experiment and we're going to check out Davinci Resolve. There's two formats that I use most. This is iPhone footage and also GoPro footage. The last time I tried Davinci Resolve, I think it wouldn't transcode one of them, and I thought that's enough for me, and it got out of there. So I've been using Premiere Pro for the last 5 or 6 years. But the problem with that is that subscription has been kind of free through my son's school, and now I have been kicked off that subscription. My kid's out of school, and I don't want to pay 35 bucks a month for a suite of tools, which by and large I don't use. I just use Premiere Pro to assemble. So there's a free program out there called Clipchamp as well. There's quite a few of them, but Clipchamp is, I think, bought by Microsoft. Everyone raves about it. It's, you know, got free functionality. You may not be able to export in 4K if you don't have the premium version, but I do have Microsoft Office 365, so I do have the premium version of that, but the whole thing looks like a toy to me. I did put Davinci Resolve on my Mac, and that looked pretty good. Tried to put it on my Windows PC. That didn't go so well, but what we'll do, come around here today, make a bit of a video, have a look at the beach, see if we're clear of sharks, because there have been some attacks recently, and I'll bring up the GoPro and the iPhone footage and just see how easy that is to import into my Mac and my PC and assemble it and make a little bit of a video. And then maybe we'll save ourselves some money, and you might save yourself some money too, because you will use Davinci Resolve after this if I like it. Well, that was funny. I walked off the grass and there was this kid reeling in this fishing line, and then somehow, even though I looked at it, I got messed up in his line, and he lectured me about getting in the way. Little grommet. Grommets are a pain in the ass. I love them, but they are a pain in the ass. So this camera, I think we turn it around. On the iPhone, I think the resolution's different. We'll see what that does in Davinci. Down at Bondi, you can see that two signs up: dangerous current and dangerous current. Last week, the two signs, and their lifeguard rescue board in the middle. Last week, there were two signs. One said dangerous current, the other one said sharks. So this is a slight improvement. I'm not going in. I'm still not convinced, and it's not that good a day. So I'm sure in Davinci Resolve, with a bit of grading, this might look nice though. Cloudy day in Bondi. It was about 11 a.m. and it's like low tide to me. This pool's empty, but there's no shark signs up. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. There is a wave here. He's about to get one. Not crowded at all. One brave soul out there. Yeah, there's a guy out there on a rescue board without a wetsuit, which I'd probably be doing. But yeah, we'll see how this goes and how it feels exporting this stuff. Apparently there's a bit of a learning curve with Davinci Resolve, and I did have a quick look at the interface. But if it's free, that is, what, 300 bucks a year you're saving on editing. So it's well worth a look. So, the question is, what do I think of Davinci Resolve? I absolutely love it. And I'll tell you why. Various reasons. Firstly, Adobe Premiere Pro. It has a subscription model. They offer a lot of stuff out there, right? You've got Photoshop and you've got Adobe Audition. You've got this suite of tools. But you're paying this big subscription and it adds up to a lot of money. If someone comes along and says, hey, here's a free version, I'm going to look into that. And yeah, it's a bit hard in the beginning because you're resisting learning a new app and you've got all these skills and you're going to go to waste. But with a lot of these apps, you can actually put your preferences in. It came down to two for me, Clipchamp and Davinci Resolve. So Clipchamp, I think Microsoft bought it and they're trying to make their, hey, it's our free editing app and you can actually upgrade and buy other sexy features. I looked at it and to me, it always looks like a toy. It's the purple color, it does my head in. I thought it was spam the first time I heard about it. I know you can edit in browser and it has got a lot of features. So look, if you just want something simple and free, then I would use that. Don't even get the app, just use the browser, right? But you can't export in 4K in the free version. You can have a Microsoft 365 subscription, which I've got because I use all the Office tools, which is handy. And with that, you can export in high resolution. But I think you really need high resolution these days. There's very discerning eyes out there. So I looked at Davinci Resolve. A few years ago, I had looked at it, but I immediately just backed out of it because it couldn't transcode. It was either iPhone or GoPro footage. And I just don't want to have to do another step and input stuff into a handbrake, right? So this time I looked at it. It was an easy install on my Mac, not so easy on my PC. I think that's my PC's fault. Eventually, because it's an old PC and it just needs a reinstall. And I don't think I allocated resources that well. I know you should go into preferences with a lot of these apps, especially the ones that are taking more resources and, not preview in 4K and use the GPU in different ways so that it'll run more smoothly. So the only thing about Davinci Resolve I found was that it did have a little bit of lag in the beginning, but we seem to have gotten through that stage now. But compared to Clipchamp, yeah, much more of a learning curve, much more complex. I don't want to use complicated, but ultimately it is awesome. And I love it. It feels like it's new and it's in touch and it's groovy and it's really appropriate for what we're doing. And it's fresh and it's good for YouTube and social media. And you don't have to go into another app like you would with Adobe Suite and Creative Cloud to open a whole different app to do something. You just hit another tab and it's all there. So it's plain going past. So I think it's just got a lot of benefits. It feels like I'm getting like $300 of features for free. Now you can upgrade to the Pro version and then you can hand over your $300. There's only one thing. It's a codec called HEVC. If you download that from the Microsoft Store, that will help you get over that problem with the codecs and the transcoding, so you don't have to waste your time. $2, you get so much value. And the thing is that you own it. You keep it. It's not like a subscription where you're sort of always paying for something you're not ultimately owning. So that's my opinion. You can see what I've done. I use various forms of media. I played with the titles. I played with the sound. I'm using my SM7B, which is, I think, one of the greatest microphones out there for the value it gives. I do have a 416, a Sennheiser, in my professional voiceover studio, but I just wanted to use this and I'm feeling lazy to see how it looks. And also I'm using a Logitech Brio, which is like a 4K webcam to record this on as well. So I'm using different formats and playing around, and I just think the whole thing, the value you get and the fact that I don't have to go and pay a subscription, and it hasn't been that hard to, there's a few little things that if I want to switch between clips or playing around with the timeline that I've had to adjust or have to get a little bit of a tutorial on or find out where the grading tools are or find out where the text tools are. Once you get through that, it's golden. So that's my opinion. Davinci Resolve. Get it.